I changed my view.
So, Paul, you look like, what do you look like? You look like an artist or something. You look like you have like an artist studio, like a really swanky loft, and
like we interrupted your creative flow.
For real, like he just luring women with incense and barefootness and I don't know, Maxwell tunes or Bilal tunes, something like that.
Always a little Oakley. Y'all know about that life, Oakley. It's okay.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
You don't know about Oakley? I'm put you on.
Oakley. Oh, I know about Oakley. I'm a Long Islander. I have to know.
This is what
I got my
when you move south.
Vanderbilt school of
you flexing. It's just a light flex, a
little light work, old shirt. You could be a creative ambient STEM, little light Harvard of the South.
Yo, the whole aesthetic is just tripping me out tonight. You look like there's like vanilla candles and shit. Just
listen, French vanilla. Like
word with lavender petals.
You can't Netflix and chill unless you're prepared. That's all I'm
saying.
Wait,
no, it's not Netflix and chill. Let's get into that. Hold on.
And Dick.
Welcome back to the Live After Show, where we just gonna get right into the debauchery,
right into the
debauchery. Janine Truitt here, and my lovely co-host will just quickly tell you who they are and what they do before we get into it.
The artist, you going first?
Nah, you can go first. Ladies first. All right.
All right. He's so polite. I'm Morgan, known on social media as The Buzz on HR. Hello, everybody. Glad to be back for episode 3 of the After Show.
Look at us being consistent.
Yo, we are so proud.
I'm not gonna lie.
With consistency. Yes, come on, consistency.
And I saw it. I was like, oh, it's in my phone. Yay.
Yeah. Let's talk about how I've literally been talking all day long. Like my inner introvert has had enough. So I'm gonna be on a whole nother level because I'm just like punch drunk from the sound of my own voice at this point. So this after show is about to be lit because I'm just talking. It's gonna be all off the cuff tonight.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Okay. So I'm Dr. Paul McNeil. On Twitter, I'm Usable Set Guy. I'm the founder of MB Usable Security, focus on the intersection of marketing and cybersecurity and usable cybersecurity.
Smart doctor, no glasses, Oakley hat.
Listen, I can put the glasses back on, but sometimes you gotta change it up,
Just get on it. Like,
you gotta change it up.
Major vibes tonight. Major vibes. So
we're chilling. We're editing. I'm in film mode.
Clearly, right. So Fire Stick and D. I don't know this. I don't know how's that?
It rhymes though. I mean, what else are you gonna say? It just rhymes. It just rhymes.
I have to tell you, I just really couldn't function after that whole bit. That was because I just like Sarah, I already was coming in at a deficit for attention. I was already coming in there right after the day I've had. And then you hit me in the head, and then I look down and I see Fire Stick and D, and then here she comes with the eggplant. Then the damn eggplant. I said, "This is just it. This is gonna be the end of the show. This is it right here. This is gonna be the end of. This will be the show that I just flop because my people have no damn behavior.
We failed you. Yeah,
we're supporting you. We're supporting you. We're out here in the comments.
No decorum in the comment section.
I was like, good Lord.
Oh, man. Done.
So, guys, are you cocooners or nah?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Which one are you? Yeah, socialized cocooner, armored cocooner, wandering?
So I'm not a wanderer. I got to keep my head on the swivel. I was just raised to be aware of my surroundings. So even now, I can't. If I go walk in the park I might have one ear pod in, but I got to hear, you know, I got to know what's going on around me, what's coming up beside me, I got to be aware of my surroundings. So I don't know if I could ever be so lost in what I'm listening to or whatever that I would, you know, just forget where I am now. And I've said this on Twitter, so it's not a secret. I have put in earphones in places so people won't talk to me. I have done that on multiple occasions, and then I just ear hustle on other people's conversations, and I hear all kinds of stuff, and it's great. But I've done that. But I don't know that I would. But I don't actually turn them on. I'm just doing other stuff, and I don't want nobody to engage me in no basic social conversation. I'm not trying to talk to you, so let me just keep these earphones in. So you think I'm listening to something, so you won't talk to me. But I think I'm more of a socialized cocooner. I could be an armored cocooner though, and particularly my husband is in law enforcement, so we already got the floodlight cameras and the doorbell cam, and
so
we already on the way.
So you're well
I'm a little
already. Yeah, I could be what, but I got all
right. She's like,
it's
a light flex to armored, but I'm gonna just stick in this socialized.
It's levels, it's levels to it. Like I'm not fully armored, but yeah, I'm armoring. Is that a word?
Yes, you're getting armored up.
I'm getting armored up. That's how that is. But I'm most definitely socialized, absolutely socialized. And I'm okay with that.
With HR professionals in marrying law enforcement? Is that like a real trend, or is that just a unique situation here?
I think that is a unique situation.
I think so.
Here.
Actually, I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like more HR people marry HR people.
HR people. That's what because don't nobody understand shit that we do otherwise.
No.
So you got, you know, I come home, I try to tell my husband stories. He'd be like, just give Cliff Notes, please. You know, the complexities. Like if I need to, you know, really dig into the complexities, I gotta call my friends. My mom's a retired human resources professional. I'll call my mom and be like, guess what happened? But no, he wants highlights. He's not getting down in the guts of what's going on in these issues at all.
But it does work very nicely with their jobs. Like we almost become like a built-in therapist, which is good and bad, I think, for what they do. But yeah,
I would agree. But no, I don't know that it's a trend or a trend that will continue. Amen. So
no.
I don't know. I'm new to this world. I'm the outsider, so I pull up and I'm like, oh, is this what we do?
This how we doing?
This is how we get down. You know, we're open at work, but strapped up and armored up at home.
Up at home. I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. Like the streets is crazy, so I can certainly understand.
You talk like you from New York.
I'm born and raised. Yeah, born and raised in the brick. So, you know, that has never left me. My husband clowns me because I lock my car in the garage. Like we live in there's no like real significant crime here.
It's
there
like
really
Pleasantville.
It is Pleasant. Janine has seen my house. She knows there ain't nothing going on. Like, but yeah, every day I get out my car and I'm like, oh, I'm in the garage, let me lock it up. Like I can't not do it. It's ingrained in me. I don't think that that's going anywhere, and I'm good with that because you're not gonna catch me slipping.
That's true. I mean, I think I was only in New York for a few years, but I have some of those same like tendencies and habits because my parents lived in New York for so long before they had me, and so you know. I don't leave, like if I take anyone out and they like leave their purse in the car, we're going to put this under our coat. Let's put this in the trunk real quick before we leave. And like all kind of, you got everything out? You all right? They're not about to bust my window for your little $10 change. I'm good.
That's right. Let me tell you how bad I am. When I go shopping, my dad taught me this when I was little. When I go shopping, like, you know, you go shopping and then you put the bags in the car and then you keep shopping. I got to move my car. I can't leave my car with the bags there. Somebody might have seen me. So I got to repark somewhere else. You know how many times I've lost my car doing that? a booty car 3 times because I had to put bags in the car. So yeah, I still do it. I still do it to this day. I can't just put bags in the car and then go back shopping because again, you're not gonna catch me slipping.
Now, I'm contextual because we moved so much growing up. So it's a switch for me now, right? Like I'm all happy, friendly, and chill and stuff, and then like the plane hits LaGuardia or JFK, and I'm just
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like there are certain things I might not stress as much about down here, but Nashville's starting to grow for real, and they starting to try to have real crime. So I'm like, oh, this is how we live in. I got
Nashville is Thrashville.
Well, I mean,
there
may or may not be a correlation between the fact that, like, I've known just about, I don't know, 5 or more people that have moved from New York to Nashville. Don't know if they're bringing the crime with them. I can't call it.
Mm-mm.
They are. I'm sure of it. No, but here's the thing, because I grew up. So we moved, and so when we moved south, I've been in the South since I was like 10 or 11. So I've been down here. I just didn't lose a Northern accent, but I've been down here forever. And I remember when we first moved south, we like go to Walmart. People will go in the store for 45 minutes, an hour, and leave their car running, keys in it, door unlocked, and it'd be like a Benz. And I just was like, I wish I was a criminal right now. I would only need like one buddy, and we would win every day.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah, I get mystified at some of the stuff that I see. Like, wow, like you just gonna leave your whole
whole life.
You're gonna leave your whole really expensive handbag on the front seat of your car like that, and in broad daylight. This like people really live at that level. I can't fathom it. Look, Janine looks completely perplexed.
As the resident New Yorker here, I just, and I live in a, what is considered a decent neighborhood. I mean, I'm in Long Island. I'm on the North Shore, which, is seen as super affluent. But even up here, yeah, that car door be locked. Like,
stay locked.
One night, I guess, so I usually, as I come in my house, I usually double hit it so that I hear it beep. Because that's the only way I feel comfortable knowing that it's been locked. So one night I must have come in and hit it, but not really hit it. And so I got up the next day. My husband had been driving the car. And so I called him like, hey, yo, you drive my car, all my shit's out my damn glove compartment. Like, you think you want to put the stuff back? Were you looking for a tissue, a napkin? Like what? He's like, yeah, it wasn't me. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I didn't do that. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I came to find out that apparently there's some people that just kind of traverse through the neighborhood, just messing with the locks on cars just to see who's doors open and who they can rummage through.
That's some New York right there.
Right. So it wasn't, but again, it's not as though I live in South Jamaica or Flatbush or anything.
Okay. That car would have been gone.
So
you came out. That should have been.
I wonder.
We had that conversation.
Yeah, so it's of course. Then I'm like, well, damn, he was in my car. Who was it? Are they watching the house? It's this whole uncomfortableness, and that I think that's the whole purpose of the cocooning thing. It's when in the moments when those things happen, it's our perception, the way it's lined up and set up, is everything's going wrong in society. It wasn't just one instance. Throw the whole society away.
Throw it all away.
Everybody's trying to.
I'm never leaving my house.
Right. So we start to take these aggressive measures, which isolate us further and further and further. I mean, for me, I'm a socialized cocooner at this point. Wandering cocooning, from my observation, is the younger generation. I almost took out somebody's child the other day, going to pick up my son from preschool. I mean, she just had the earbuds in and she just walks across, doesn't look both ways. Nothing was going on in her world but whatever was in those earbuds. And I was on the phone with my best friend on Bluetooth. I'm like, oh my God, I nearly killed somebody's child today. Because she just wandered literally into the middle of the street. I'm like, little girl, you think you want to like look both ways before you cross? So I think there's definitely something about that wandering cocooning and perhaps a younger demographic. I'm not certain that equates to us, because they're happy to just throw in anything like la 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 and just be on their way. I aspire to armored cocooning. I think I'll get there, particularly after whatever happens, like from now until 2020 here in the US, politically and otherwise, civil unrest and otherwise. I think it'll be a necessity. So I aspire to fortify the home.
I stay ready to head to the mountains. I'm just saying. I be out here.
Do we have a code word though? Like, where are we going?
I mean, we can talk off after the show. I got y'all. I got a couple of people in a couple places.
The after show.
Right.
With a couple of caves.
With ganja and all sorts of and edibles and shit. My stash of edibles.
As long as y'all don't send a thread of voice messages again. I thought I was going to die.
I was like, man, I could take this, but I'm not. I'm trying to do this other stuff. So I was like, oh, I can hold it and lock it. Oh, we at there.
I see how technology is enabling humanity. Do you see? Like, I mean, it just is.
Yeah, I'm socially cocooning. I'm reaching out.
But that's kind of it. But what I found interesting in that regard and what you were saying was talking about people going through all that, but then still feeling lonely. Like, I feel far more connected than I do isolated as a result of it. And I don't know if that's just generational differences, but for us, like I tell this to my cousin and I are 9 months apart. And so, you know, we were like twins and inseparable growing up. And then she moved to South Jersey. We were letters, you know, like actual letters. Our kids are very close in age, super close. They FaceTime, they text. And, you know, they can talk on the phone, talk to each other whenever they want to. They play the video games together. It's like they don't miss a beat. Whereas we had to have stamps, you know, to be able to communicate with one another. I would have killed for that kind of technology to be able to connect with people and keep up with my friends who moved away and all of that kind of stuff. So it's interesting to me that that's the way that I look at it. It's like, oh, it allows me to continue to stay connected to people, and yet you find so much loneliness that contributes to depression and suicide and, you know, all of these horrible outcomes at a time where we're more connected than ever. On the one hand, I get it. And on the other hand, it's hard for me to like fully make sense of why those two things are happening.
Yeah.
I think it's a, what do you call it? FOMO, like fear of missing out type of thing in part. So for me, I was homeschooled for a really long time, from like 5th grade until I left home for college. So for me, the entire social wave of the internet, MySpace and forums and stuff like that, that was literally how I first like had any kind of social interaction. Because I found this out today, and it sounds horrible. Where we were living in Texas, I knew it was a small town, and I looked up the population today for just a random conversation. It had like a little over 12,000 people, right? I'm like one of like maybe who knows how many homeschool kids, because everyone goes to the same high school. So I don't have a lot. So for me, technology was my way of branching out. And it's like, as it's evolved and more people have gotten on it, what you have is like, you have the beautiful people, whether it's they look beautiful, they're doing beautiful things of that nature. So while you're more connected to these everyday people, you're also more connected to all the other people who are your age that are living in a way that you probably won't ever live. So now you feel like I'm not really living up to it. I'm not doing this. I should have more friends. I'm alone because I can actively see Sarah has 10,000 friends or followers, and we equate followers or friends. I think a lot of young people do, definitely. It becomes, these are our friends. And so I don't have that many friends. I'm alone. It's just me and my little 200. Whereas before, if you could have 200, I remember when like I first got on Facebook and I was hyped to have like 50 people. I was like, oh, this is cool. I could like talk to people and go about my life. This is great. You know? So I think it comes from like what people are putting out there as well as being able to connect. Because when you were connecting via letter, you weren't able to see anything outside of like, you know, what you put in the letter for real.
Yeah, I do think it comes down to the whole meaningful connection piece. I think the vast majority of people who are using social media aren't necessarily understanding that, one, you can make meaningful connections, and then they're mostly, and two, they're mostly caught up in the hype, which is, if I have X amount of followers, that actually equates to my, not only my social connection, but actual friends, until they realize none of those people are their friends. In fact, they're barely even acquaintances, right? Mm-hmm. So now that leaves you, especially as a young person who's trying to figure themselves out, I can see how that would make you feel lonely, right? Because they're not even real connections. Like, I can totally see a situation in which somebody's like talking to you online, and then you get to school the next day and it's like, yeah, we only talk online. Like, I don't even know you. Like, let's not even act like we know each other. That's kind of crazy, you know.
That's how you start with Netflix and chill, by the way.
Is that really how that starts? Really?
In my grad school days, in the olden days, long ago.
Long ago, because you're so old.
Long ago.
Far away.
In my youth.
In your youth. Which you're still
when I used to live a different life.
Right.
Huh? No, see, but I've grown it mentally, so I'm like older mentally. When I was younger mentally. See? There's a difference. When I was a grown boy.
Lord Jesus Christ.
You would start off the evening and you would get in the DMs or whatnot, and you might be at the event and you don't necessarily interact at the event. So that you can kind of spread a net out. Anyway, well, later. Let's
I'm so fascinated by this.
I am too.
Because I really, you know, I really think, and this is really largely the reason why I've had a difficult time subscribing to the moniker of millennial. Not because there's not something immensely cool about it, but there is something so analog about me. Even though I'm very forward thinking, there's something so analog about me that some of these things are just lost on me, right? Like, I am the person that, if you connect with me on Facebook, for instance, right? And like, I've known you, we've been friends in a previous portion of my life, and like, you just sit in my Facebook and never say anything to me, that shit is my pet peeve. I will like get rid of you. No, literally, we'll get rid of you, because to me, it's like, are you here for a peep show? Like, what is it? Like,
I agree.
We were friends. We used to go to the candy shop to get whatever it was. Like, at least give me the courtesy of, hey, Janine, how's life? Doesn't have to be long, but just, hey, Janine, here's life. For other people, for younger folks, it's just like, whatever. It's just another number. I add it to the roster. It's cool. But again, like, there's just something in me, and I believe it has to do with the era I came up in, where meaningful connection is at the basis of everything. So even like with social media, it's like, yeah, I got on there, I networked, I put myself out there as a persona, as a business, but eventually the people that I started to connect with, it was like, okay, well, we've been doing this a while on Twitter and on the blog. Well, let's hop on a call. And then you hop on a call, and then the call becomes, well, okay, maybe I might open you up to my Facebook, you know, or maybe now I might let you into my LinkedIn. But I feel like everybody in my age range functions like that. It's like, in other words, the relationship can't just live online.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense for us. Am I right, Sarah?
No, I agree totally and completely. And I would add that becoming your friend on Facebook, for me, is the biggest deal of all the social media. Like, I'll connect with you on Twitter. I'll connect with you on Instagram. I'll connect with you on LinkedIn. It's something about Facebook that I just consider to be a little bit more personal. So when I friend you on Facebook, it's legit. Like, it's legit. And to your point, yeah, I expect some level some greater level of interaction at that point, because I feel like from a social media perspective, I've allowed you into like inner sanctum.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree, and I absolutely prune my friends list on Facebook pretty consistently for that. Like we haven't talked in forever. All right, well, I'm gonna unfriend and just keep rolling. Yeah. Paul is laughing.
Paul's like, okay, old ladies. All right, old bags.
No. But here's the thing. I'm in a weird space, I think, because I straddle the fence kind of with you all and the younger millennials, in that I was raised by, my parents had me later in life, so I was raised like, I think, the older generation, even though I was surrounded by a younger millennial crowd, right? So I value personal connections and meeting up and things of that nature as well, but I can understand when it doesn't happen. So I can switch it. But I was laughing because today I was trying to kind of poll some friends for this product that I'm putting out, the side projects that I'm trying to put out. And I was like, man, I should scroll through my Facebook friends list and see who fits this particular profile so I can get some quick questions from people I went to college with. So I'm scrolling. I can't tell you how many people I have on Facebook. I haven't looked through my Facebook friends in years. So I'm like scrolling through and I'm like, oh man, after this person like 5 years. Oh my goodness. Look at
you
this.
Would be unfriended. You that dude.
And so, yeah, you would have unfriended me. So I'm laughing because I was sitting here and there was one friend, we were super, super close. And I never even thought like, oh, we're friends on Facebook. And I ended up messaging her, and then we ended up having a phone conversation and catching up. It was like our first convo in like years. And it was like nothing had, no time had passed, but it's funny that you say like you prune your list, right? I never check it. I have like people who have added me or waiting to be added. I don't even look at I don't really mess with the friend side of Facebook anymore. At this point, I get on Facebook. I use Facebook as a tool, I think, more so than anything now. And I feel like the people that I'm really cool with, I just message you however I message you, whether it's Instagram, text, phone, whatever the case is. And that's how I judge my recent messages, based on who's really cool with me. So for me, it doesn't matter if we're friends on Facebook or whatever. If I've been talking to you consistently for the last like couple months or weeks, then I'd be like, okay, this is somebody that that's cool right now. I used to go so far as to take stock in my phone and who I was messaging and be like, okay, if these people hit me up and I get on, these are cool. Anybody that's not right now, we go a little funny face. But I don't know. So it's interesting to see that.
And this is why you're part of the trifecta, right? Because you exhibit this maturity beyond your years. We don't know how old you are. I don't think I've ever known how old you were. I don't know.
Oh, maybe we should. Maybe I should make that a reveal one day.
I feel like you should reveal that. Yeah, because I don't have a sense. I'll say this much. I feel like you're older than my younger brother, who is 31, going on 32.
Okay.
But I know you're definitely younger than me, for sure.
Okay.
Am I good?
Okay. What do you think, Sarah?
I'm not guessing. I'm not guessing because we talked about this. I know the answer, so I can't guess. Oh, yeah, we talked about this. I can't guess.
People. This is why I just don't tell people stuff, because I don't even remember. It's all good. I am 29. I just turned 29 in November.
Stop. So wait, you're younger than my younger brother?
Younger than the brother?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The maturity. I have so much respect for the maturity now.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But now you understand why I was trying to get my bills paid, because I'm in transition still.
Bruh.
See, it makes more sense now, doesn't it?
Like if you, I think if you were already in the 30 range, somebody might be willing to tackle you.
So the running joke, Sarah, was that I wanted Janine to hook me up with.
I'm scared. I'm so scared right now.
Oh my God.
That's an after. You know what? Never mind. This is being recorded.
After show.
We'll talk.
Can we
after.
talk about Instacart though? Like, why are you?
We didn't talk about Instacart.
Why are you?
So yeah,
Instacart
I need you to not hate on those of us.
You know why you an Instacart hater? Because that shows your age. Because you ain't never had to go to the grocery store with small children. That's why you hate Instacart. You ain't never had to go to the grocery store with small children.
I delivered for Instacart. I pulled up.
That's
I got the
great.
card in my wallet right now. Every once in a while, I'm not doing anything. I turn it on. I go do a few deliveries. I pull up to these suburban areas.
But why are you mad? Like why are you mad at this? You was clowning Instacart in the comments.
I wasn't clowning it. Let me say what it is. It was hate. What it is was jealousy that I'm not at a place in my life where I can spend money to have my things delivered to me.
But you can. Janine broke it down for you, and it's perfect. And that is why I started, because we didn't have, before we had Instacart, we had the curbside pickup. And when my kids were like 2 and 4, I started doing curbside pickup. Because if you ain't never been to the grocery store with a 2 and a 4-year-old,
bruh,
it ain't nothing nice about that experience. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna order my shoes online. I'm gonna pull up, pick them up. And Janine broke it down perfectly. The money that I spend in delivery fee or convenience fee for the curbside pickup, I would have wasted with them kids begging me. You've met my children. They throw stuff in the cart, for an extra
box of cheeses.
Extra box of cheeses, extra fruit snacks. Like I'm gonna blow that $6-7, whatever it is that I'm paying in the fee for them to bring my bags out to my car. And let me shout out Lowe's Foods, where I used to do my pull-ups at, because the lady used to call me and tell me when the produce didn't look fresh. She's like, you know what? The produce ain't good today. And I'm like, really? Well, we're gonna skip that. Go ahead and take that off the list. And the best thing ever was when she called me up and she said, we don't have the Princess Fruit Snack. Is Dora Fruit Snacks okay? I got my whole life that day. Like, dude, like that level of service. Shout out to Lowe's. Shout out to Lowe's. And it was worth the $6 fee that I paid for her to make that phone call to me about Princess Fruit Snacks. I then did not. I was like, oh, go ahead and supplement. It's fine. We're going to switch them out. I got the fruit snacks. They pull it out to my car. They had a little swipe. I ain't even got it. They just swipe the right car side, print my receipt.
I gave you that.
And I am out. So the money that you will waste. The money you will waste. It's worth it. It's worth it.
I'm not gonna lie. At that point, if I had little kids, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting out the car. I mean, I've been tempted to use the curbside now because Walmart and Kroger, they do it free.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but it's still it is. I eat out enough. That's why I was saying I can't hate for real, because I eat out all the time because I don't really like to spend time cooking, and I don't have to right now. So
even more reason why you're looking for the cougar, right? Even more. Huh? More reason why you're looking for the cougar.
No, I'm not looking anymore. At that time in my life. At that time in my life.
Because your cougars ain't cooking. Your cougars is like close to my age. Your cougars ain't cooking. Like cougars for you is like my
I don't
age
even attract people that don't like to cook. That's a whole other discussion.
You got a whole vibe.
If I'm gonna date you, that's a first date question. How do you feel about cooking? That tells me if we're friends or not.
Yeah,
I know you're coming up short.
No. Here's the thing. I don't like to cook. I legitimately don't like cooking. I will wash dishes after you cook. I just don't want to cook. So I am like, listen, if you're about this cook life, I will scrub these pots. We in there. It was to the point in grad school at one point, I would like hit up my friends and be like, if you will cook an extra plate or meal prep an extra meal, I will chip in on the grocery bill. People were so serious about not cooking for a dude. They would be like, no. I was like, where do they do this at? Because I did an undergrad all the time and was winning, living my best life. But it happens.
The grad school women, they got studying.
They got other things to do.
And then they graduated and got mad that they were alone. I was like,
oh no, we're not doing that. No.
If you weren't out here serving popcorn and apples to your boy where he was sliding through for
popcorn and apples.
I remember I went over to this girl's house.
I'm done. I quit.
I went over to this girl's house and I was like, yo, what? She was like, I'm about to eat dinner. Do you want something? And I was like, what are you making? She pulled up with the microwave, popped a bag of popcorn, walked up, dumped it in the bowl, came over with a red apple and was like, this is dinner. I thought that was the snack. I thought that was the snack to energize her because she was going to throw down after.
I'm so done with you right now. I can't.
And I was like, oh, this is not going to work out. We can't do this. Oh.
Wow.
Because I was like, well, you know, if you're about to cook, I'll hop in the kitchen and, you know, scrub up these pots and pans when you're done. You shouldn't have to, like, clean also. She was like, oh, no, this is it. This is what I'm eating. And I'm going to study more, and I'm going to go to sleep. And I was like, how you going to study when you're hungry? I don't understand how that works.
Apples are filling. I don't know. Fiber, yo. The fiber.
Apples are filling.
This platter.
A singular apple. You see, I might even mess with you. Got 2, 3 apples. 1.
But did you eat it?
Paul
Was
is
it
West Indian. Well,
yeah.
She's from Georgia. I was caught off guard.
So
I was like, you're from Atlanta. What's happening?
I don't know. I'm a
Never
cooker.
mind.
I love cooking, but I'm part of the last of a dying breed. I have to say. So
listen.
Yeah, I don't enjoy cooking. I'm good. It's one of those things that I'm good at that I don't enjoy doing. But I can I can assemble a meal, but I'm not a person who would, like, I know people who, I always talk to my best friend, like, she's a fantastic cook. And we go to restaurants and she will eat. And then I watch her, like, pick stuff apart with her fork and, savor it to try to figure out what it is so she can go home and replicate it. I'm like, can I get a doggy bag? Like, I'm not that, like, yeah, I know, I seen you do it. Like, oh, I can replicate this. I'm not replicating nothing. I'll be back though. I'll be back to order it again.
I will shout them out on Instagram.
Exactly. Like a picture of this plate and hit them with the hashtag. But yeah, I'm not disassembling no meals trying to figure out the flavor profile. I'm not built that way. Can I follow a recipe? Yes. Can I put food on the table? Yes. Is this something I have enjoyed to do? Never. My mom said that. She's like, I'm not going to send you out into the world not knowing how to put a meal together. But no, it was begrudging every single time.
Yeah. No, my mom made sure. My mom's whole thing was, you're not going to go and make some woman have to cook for you every day and she don't feel good.
Right. Shout out
and
to
so
mom.
That was her biggest thing, because my dad didn't like to cook either. Not for real. And so I can cook, don't like to do it. So if possible, I would prefer to hit those dishes or do something else, clean the bathroom, whatever, just not cook.
Well, you're flexible, and that's
yeah. I'm not chauvinistic. I just genuinely don't enjoy the task. Or I'll like, you cook, I'm gonna take you out the next time or something. Balance it out.
Ladies, hop on it.
Get on it, girls. Get on it.
So we've got 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Anything you guys want to share about what you're into, what you got coming up, what you're doing?
Black Vlogs Matter. I see you rocking your shirt today. Black Vlogs Matter. Yeah, I've been trying to like and support as much as possible. I need to share though. I just haven't been active on sharing this week. I need to.
It's lit.
I get it.
It's lit.
It is week 2. Make America Separate Again has got some people in their feelings in these streets.
I lost some followers on Twitter. It's all good.
I can't afford that kind of.
Yeah.
I can't afford that yet in my business. I need to grow a little more. I'm still young in the game. Give me 2-3 years.
It's real in the street.
All right, we got less than a minute, guys. I guess
what you got going?
Yeah.
I'm working on a coding thing using MIT's App Inventor for kids who are in 5th to 8th grade, and basically they get to create an Android app, and it's like an online video course I'm doing, and so it's out for pre-sale stuff. I'm trying to launch it in April. So you can check that out.
Well, you guys are awesome.